Well, Guffy, what is there to say? I'm back on YouTube. Still not your boy? Your not boy is in trouble. Literally, I am. I am Keeley Osley Williams, the Godslayer. I am the Holy Ghost. I am Kyle Emerson Williams on my driver's license. I am white trash and I'm in trouble. Unfortunately, this is the kind of trouble that's going to take a full video to explain, and when I do, there's going to be a voice in your head asking you to comment, take your meds. Do I trust you? No. So I'm not going to take your recommendation. If you would like me to, kindly piss off. I'm here to tell you a story not unlike those I've told before, but this time, know that time is running out for me. This is a story about Satan. What's the one thing people say about Satan in the United States of America? The greatest trick Satan ever pulled was convincing the world that he didn't exist. What if I told you there were people who do this every day? There are people out there who do things and deny they ever did. Only instead of taking cookies from the cookie jar, they take children away from families, they take hardworking Americans out of the workforce, they take people away from their peace of mind and deny it ever happened. Who are these people? Why, the CIA, the NSA, Meta, and Palantir, obviously, but how do they do it? If you watch this, you might find out yourself. I sure hope not. It's awful. This is a story of light, God, and machine. Light operates in a way that breaks physics. It moves through space and time at a rate that makes it seem like no time has passed at all. For all intents and purposes, when a photon is emitted, the photon experiences no time getting where it's going. For whatever reason, this allows consciousness to bridge across it. This has been tested extensively and has been shown to work. It has its limitations like anything else. One of these limitations is it can really only conjure up what a person knows or suspects. It's incredibly hard to convey anything new, like a name one hasn't heard. This brings us to God. What is God or a God? If you've seen my content, you may be familiar with the concept of a God group. A God group is the people you commune with or pay a mutual attention to. Given this light bridging technique, people can come and go. Maybe not as easily as they'd like, but it is possible. So how do machines come into this? With the advantage of CCTVs and time-coded footage, people in the future can bridge to the past, creating a shared moment of sorts. This really fucks with people's idea of determinism. I say it's a return to relativity. In both instances, past and future, the participants don't know what is going to happen, especially not in their heads. It's two instances of free will separated, both being experienced when they are. For CCTVs, this isn't such a big deal. What's a few seconds? Time-coded is weird because how many people can see it? Who is reacting? Who is time bridging? At what point does the video no longer express free will? As soon as it stops recording, correct? Yet, if someone pays attention to what could be classified as you, could they enter into your God group? Furthermore, could AI interact with a person through such means? This is the arms race. It's not a conspiracy. It's not even new. Best of all, it's not a secret. Idiots are idiots about it for sure, and that's why I call them Satan. But what is the difference between Satan and God? Well, to me, Satan is a false god. Bear with me, witches. Witchcraft, as a sin and something to be tried, is usually brought forth in the love potion number 9 sense. A witch will take an otherwise functioning member of a family or society and bend said person to the witch's will. This ignores self-defense, but at its base level, this is why people are afraid of witches. God, in the group sense, makes things on earth as they are in heaven. In this case, I use heaven to be a shared imagination. A church wanting two people to get married who are in love and stable can happen. A group imagining good outcomes for each other and using their hands, hearts, and minds to make it happen is as close to God as I've ever known. This brings us to the Satans I've been talking about. The CIA has a long storied history of messing with people to death. Not as long of a history as you might think. They started in the 50s after all. MK Ultra is confirmed to have happened. One time, the CIA released a so-called harmless bacteria on San Francisco just to see how it would spread. They've assassinated several democratically elected leaders. They've sold guns and drugs. They put crack in the ghetto. This is the most blatant way to influence behavior. Get people hooked on drugs, or, barring that, put a gun to their head. Effective and messy, the CIA way. Way far behind in the mental arms race, doing pretty well in the actual arms race. The NSA got started by the Patriot Act back in the 2000s and got a huge boost once smartphones came onto the scene. Not to mention cameras in smart TVs and cars. This shit is going to get stupid because they don't even realize how much damage they're doing, but here's how they do it. It starts with a suspicion. From there, selective perception takes over. Any facial reaction to a stimuli can and will be used against the one under suspicion, and that causes a shitload of mental duress. Suddenly one's head is accusing them of all manner of things, and one is left to sort that out on their own. Anyone with a paranoid significant other knows this feeling all too well. The very nature of a panopticon is such that at any time one could be spied on, but is probably not, right? What makes you so important? This means that at any point, anyone in America could be under this kind of scrutiny, but much like Satan, the NSA isn't going to let anyone know they did. They'll just send the cops if the suspect steps out of line, like I did when I smashed the door to the Church of Scientology in Denver. Why isn't Scientology on this list then? Honestly, I don't know what they're up to. The people spying on me kept asking how I'd make rent, and I said, you pay it. You're my audience. You keep coming back for the entertainment. You're cribbing off my notes. You're the ones who should pay it. They didn't. I got evicted. I got 2 months to leave my current address. My head is so full of suspicion about me, I can no longer bridge to those I love. I can no longer feel my community and where I am needed. The last job I had was even more laden with cameras, and after a year of this, I never want to be near another recording device for as long as I live. However, we live in a surveilled world. After evicting me, my roommate made a bunch of stickers of screenshots from my videos to cheer me up, and to show me that I mattered to her. Back in the day, I had slapped some stickers on the Church of Scientology, so I decided to go do that again. On the way over there, I mentioned that if they weren't there, I might as well smash in the door. You see, I'm the Holy Ghost, and that leaves me with a lot of expectations I don't want to fulfill. Some dickbag had a dream, and now I gotta follow it to the letter? As if. Didn't I just say that light bridging is a terrible way to convey information, especially to someone with no context? Anyway, one of the chapters in Revelation mentions the Spirit opening a door that can't be closed on a church of the Locosians. Who gets more loco in the oceans than the Scientologists? At this point, the voices were like, no way. Yahweh. I drove up as Personal Jesus was playing on the radio. No one was there, so I threw the stickers to the ground and smashed the door in. Or at least I smashed a hole in it. Footage doesn't close. Happy Revelations, Church of Scientology. They don't have building insurance apparently and want $3,000 for it. The cops also took my car and aren't giving it back. I didn't even get impound paperwork. Really fucked up. An eye for an eye, Scientologist, not a car for a door and then heaping on $3,000, douchebags. It just so happened I was fucking with Facebook by putting my car up for sale for about that price. On the day I got arrested, not the day that I smashed in the door. Yeah. So on to Meta. Zuckerberg, more like suck a turd. Yes, the company that stokes division openly with Cambridge Analytica. The company that openly messes with people's self-esteem. The company that claims to want to connect the world, but does this solely on connecting those who hate each other. As if they'll sort out their differences in a flame war. My dad was quite the rageaholic, and he would wake up every morning just to fight on Facebook. I'm pretty sure they lost so much money on Oculus that they're just hopping on this arms race for a government contract. You can imagine people connected to those they hate is a lot to have in one's head. Back in the day, those people just got kicked out. Now stalkers and haters can start sock puppets and invade their victim space regardless. This is a hassle, but the staff themselves are fucking awful at mind control, so I don't give a fuck. Palantir, on the other hand, is the real deadly one. You may have heard they are gathering a database on American activity. This is the NSA problem on steroids because Peter Thiel and Alex Karp are definitely people who are dangerously stupid. They are the kinds of people that want massive amounts of destruction. They do not have anyone's best interest at heart. They are fascists. They are terrorists. They'd rather stick their nose in a sky mall of death than make anything better for anyone, including themselves. I'm fighting them. I urge you to join me. Doge was instated this year on an executive order. There is no reason people who could not be president are that close to the levers of executive power in our country. Power over Congress was never granted to the executive branch, just veto authority. Schwarzenegger settled for governor. Clearly that's not enough for Elon Musk or Peter Thiel. I view what's going on with Doge as treason. Treason backed by the kinds of methods I've just laid out. I have been hounded by techniques like this for over a year. I have fought the suspicions. I have been driven out of my home, my family, my friends, and the person I once was. Not in terms of personality, I just can't go back to not kicking this much ass. Again, this is not a conspiracy. This has been whistleblown. This has been investigated. This still doesn't work. The CIA is an agency, not a conspiracy. They sell drugs and guns. They attack domestically and abroad. The NSA is simply misguided and too paranoid. Since 9/11, every terror attack on U.S. soil has been someone here already, a citizen or an immigrant. They are creating more terrorists than they prevent, simply by causing otherwise rational actors to become irrational over time. You can see why, right? When your thoughts suddenly don't match up with reality, no one can help you. The chaos rushes right back in whenever one is alone. Meta just sucks. Terrible company. Always has been. Zuckerberg might be Kaczynski 2.0. Better puppet. Palantir is seriously launching a coup right now, and we have to stop it. Alas, I have court on the 23rd, and I did do it. I'm not Satan. I take accountability for my actions. Maybe do the same, Satan. In the meantime, Peter Thiel and Elon have my Venmo rerouted or blocked, and the douchebags at JP Morgan think just because I bring up the cocaine boat and hate billionaires, I'm out to destroy the notion of banking. As if. I don't know how you can help me. I don't want your pockets to get empty as the funds get rerouted or blocked. There are some who want to just obliterate the lives of their political rivals, and I am that to them. Fuck them. This land is my land. This land is your land. This land is not some Satan's to do whatever they please with, especially not with our heads. Let's connect to those we love. Let's share our pain and listen to others. Let's keep these United States united. United by our values, not our religions or ethnicities. United by our coasts, not goals of world domination. If you need me, set me free.